Purchase your 3G SIM card today for the Real Africell 4G SIM and receive 1 GB of internet data for free.
And the presence of Afrobarometer and their work in the Gambia is one of the achievements of this government, in the sense that for 22 years, Afrobarometer was not allowed to operate in this country because the environment was not conducive enough, even though we believe in the principle of what they call academic freedom, that researchers should not be restricted from doing their work. But everybody knew that during the era of dictatorship in this country, the environment was not conducive for Afrobarometer to perform. So I think now the doors are open. The government has really created that conducive environment for researchers to do their work without fear of being persecuted. The findings of this Afrobarometer project is very important for this government because it tells the government what their citizens think, feel, and believe, so that the government can be responsive to the needs of their citizens. Therefore, I even think that the government really is being given information for free that they can use to their own benefit, that they can use to inform their policy-making agenda. At a glance, human rights abuses under the Jammeh regime. Now, more than 1 in 4 Gambians, that is 28% of Gambians, say they or a member of their family suffered at least one form of human rights abuse. That is 28% of Gambians, especially those surveys, say that a member of their family has suffered at least one form of human rights abuse over themselves. When it comes to the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, fewer than half, 46% of Gambians say they trust the TRRC a lot or somewhat. 7 in 10, 68% say perpetrators of crimes and human rights abuses during President Jammeh's regime should be tried in court, irrespective of the work of the TRRC. When it comes to time for ECOMIC to leave, Gambians are split on whether ECOWAS military intervention in the Gambia should leave and let Gambians take charge of security matters in this country. Immigration, 8 in 10, 83% of Gambians say irregular migration has decreased over the past year. But almost half, 44%, say international rural to urban migration has increased. Or internal rural to urban migration has increased. What about bringing Jammeh to justice? What are Gambians feeling about this? The question that was asked was, for each of the following statements, please tell me whether you disagree or agree, or haven't you heard enough to say. Now, agree, red, strongly agree, wine. Perpetrators of crimes and human rights abuses during Jammeh's regime should be tried in court. 18% agreed, 50% strongly agreed. Gambian government should cooperate with government of Ghana to ascertain the truth about the 44 Ghanaian migrants killed in 2005. 16 agreed, 44% strongly agreed. The Gambian government should demand the extradition of Yahya Jammeh to Gambia to face prosecution for crimes and human rights abuses. 13% agreed, 38%. So 34% of Gambians say they trust the TRRC a lot. 12% said just what? 13% just a little. 12% not at all. 29% don't know. And that was the first issue. Now we move on to the other issue, which is related to the CRC, the Constitutional Review Commission. The key findings. Large majorities of Gambians agree or strongly agree that the new constitution of the Gambia should, 1, provide for a term limit or a limit of 2 5-year terms for presidents. A whopping 87% believe that the next constitution should have at least this provision, which is limit of 2 5-year terms for president. 2, make it mandatory for the National Assembly to vet and approve all nominees for ministerial appointments. 86% of Gambians, this is their opinion, but this is what they want. 3, include a quota system for women's representation in the National Assembly. 85% of Gambians believe that this should be the case. Stipulate that to be elected as president, a candidate must receive at least 50% of the valid votes cast. 72% believe that this is what they want. in their next constitution. Prohibit presidents from unilaterally removing commissioners of the Independent Electoral Commission from the office. 71% believe that should be the case. Now, 3/4, 75% agree, including 66% who agree very strongly that provincial governors should be elected by voters in the provinces. Again, when it comes to time for ECOMIC to leave, 50% agree strongly, 3% neither agree nor disagree, 44% disagree, strongly disagree, so there's a split. When it comes to feeling unsafe, 40% had something stolen, 30% felt unsafe walking in their neighborhood, and then 25% feared crime, and 7% physically abused. What about fear and experience of violence? Violence at political events, and respondents were asked this question. Please tell me whether in the past 2 years you have ever personally feared any of the following types of violence. If yes, have you actually personally experienced this type of violence in the past 2 years? What about violence at political events? 41% feared but did not experience, but 15% feared and experienced. And violence in the neighborhood, 36% feared but did not experience, 17% feared but experienced. Violence in public protests, 40% feared but never experienced, 9% feared but experienced. Performances of the armed forces. The question that was asked, in your opinion, to what extent do the armed forces of our country, 1, keep our country safe from external and internal security threats, 2, get the training and equipment needed to be effective, 3, operate in a professional manner and respect the rights of all citizens. 61% said that the army, the national army, protects the Gambia from security threats. 50% says that they are professional and respectful to citizens. 37% said they get the necessary resources to do their job. And now we move to the other issue, which is immigration. You see, ECOMIC, we are done with you, and then...
Africa Global is pleased to launch Dalaba Housing Estate. Dalaba Housing Estate is our newest estate located on the Sukuta-Jabang Road. You can buy a finished 2 or 3 bedroom house or service plots accompanied with a free fence and gate. At Dalaba Housing Estate, you get to enjoy bituminized roads, gated and fenced properties, solar street lights, water reticulation, public amenities, 1,500 fruit trees aligned in streets, and many more. Make a 25% down payment today and spread the balance conveniently for 10 years with GT Bank, EcoBank and Trust Bank. Terms and conditions apply. Wait, this is the best part. We are giving a discount on outright payments. For more information and exceptional service, please call our office line on +220 4410 233. Better still, call us on mobile or via WhatsApp on +220 376 2333 or +220 776 2333. You can also visit our website on www.tafafricaglobal.com. TAF Africa Global. Our experience is global. Our focus is Africa.